to be talking about the brain regions, functions, and connections to the body. First, we'll begin with the cerebral cortex. This is the outer layer of the brain's surface that is located on top of the cerebrum. Now, the cerebral cortex is divided into 4 important lobes. We'll begin with the frontal lobes. They're responsible for voluntary motor control, language production, higher order thinking, and executive function. This is where you'll find the prefrontal cortex, which is related a lot to personality and is that important cortex that doesn't develop fully until we're about 25. The occipital lobe is responsible for processing and analysing basic visual information, which is at the back of the brain here, and that's where we process everything that we see through our eyes. The parietal lobe's primary function is to process somatosensory information. That's the one on the top here. And the temporal lobes are primarily associated with auditory perception. They're located next to our ears. And they also play a role in understanding language, processing emotions, and encoding certain types of memory. So if we see this little part on the back of the brain here, this is the brainstem, which we'll go into further down here. The brainstem is comprised of 3 different parts: the midbrain, the pons, and medulla. So the midbrain plays a role in movement, including movement in the eyes to track visual objects and shift visual attention. The pons is involved in cortical arousal and generating the startle response and controls our eye and face movements. And the medulla controls vital functions like breathing, swallowing, heartbeat, arousal, and sleep. The brainstem controls many vital functions, including breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and the nerves and muscles that we use to see, hear, walk, talk, and eat. So it's a very important part of the brain. Next, we'll talk about the limbic system. The limbic system is a group of brain structures that regulate our emotions and behavior. So if we look first at the amygdala, we call the amygdala the emotion center of the brain, as it detects emotional cues, and it works with the hippocampus to remember events by associating emotions with them. The hippocampus then plays a crucial role in memory and learning, and it helps convert our short-term memories into those longer-term memories. The thalamus is where we relay sensory information. So all of that sensory information goes through there in the brain. And the hypothalamus is very important as it regulates temperature and physiological states associated with the fight, flight, or freeze response. And it plays a role in motivated behaviors, including eating, sleep, and sexual behavior. And finally, we have the nervous systems. Our central nervous system is our brain and spinal cord, and our peripheral nervous system is all the other nerves that lead to the brain and the messages to the brain. And this is further divided into somatic and autonomic systems. Thank you.